Started recording in progress. That is always what I like to hear. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor over at Sampson Properties, along with my little friend, my cardinal. Because if you know, you know. And look, there's another one as well. Yeah, I like my cardinals. So anyway, hello everyone. I am super excited to bring you this class today. It is 50 ways an agent can promote themselves with little to no budget. And we'll wrap it down with the 3-7-27 rule, which is going to be an aha moment, I think, for everyone. All right. As I mentioned, there is a handout that I have already downloaded on my website, which is lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net. It is under the Agent Resource Center tab, which is all for you guys. You drop down to listen and learn. That is the library of our Thursday classes. And I try to keep everything up there for you so you can go back and pull them or re-listen to them as your time allows and the topics that are most needed to you. Okay, so with that, you ready to jump in? Give me a thumbs up. Tell me yes, we're ready to go. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and jump right on in. The first place you start is with your inner circle. It is the people that you already know, that know you, like you, trust you, and when the day comes, will probably turn to you so that you can help them with whatever real estate needs they have. So under that category, number one, let everyone know that is in your phone, in your contacts, wherever you have them stored, that you are in real estate. And you can remind them by asking them the simple question. I'm just checking, does your home still meet your needs? Are you still loving it? That is a gentle, easy tap on the shoulder to remind them. I'm going to pause here for 1 second. You know that I always use the example of, have you ever heard McDonald's? And we all giggle and laugh because yes, we have. But why do they still advertise after how many umpteen years? Because they want to be top of mind when you decide you are hungry, thirsty, or need a break. Now, just because you take the exit to get to them, there's other options there as well. So you can last minute decide, ooh, I don't want McDonald's, I want this place instead. This is marketing, period, plain and simple. Marketing is reminding your potential consumer that you are still in business and you are still there. They have a short memory span. I'm sorry, you are not all that in a bag of chips. They're going to forget about you unless you are consistent with a touch point to them. And it's not always that annoying call that says, so are you ready to buy or sell yet? Because we know that that doesn't necessarily work and it drives them batty and drives you batty. So think about and remember marketing 101. This is your job, is to market yourself steady, consistent, reminding those that you know that you are still in business. Because I would bet you a few bucks that everyone you know knows someone that used to have a real estate license or used to be in the business and have gone out. They stopped hearing from them. If you do not stay top of mind, like McDonald's, they're going to forget that you are in business still, which is why it is critical to have that touch point with them to remind them that you're still around. All right, so now that's our foundation. Let's continue to build off of that. You can also send a personal text message, not spam, but just a personal text message that said, hey, I was in your area, thinking of you, just making sure your home is still doing what it needs, your home is still meeting your needs. Mail handwritten notes. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due. This is old school, but I'll tell you what, it works like nobody's business. You should all have a roll of stamps sitting on your desk as a reminder that one a day, even to send out a handwritten note to someone, and or a birthday note or a home anniversary note. Brian Buffini has taught this for 100 years. Joe Stump has taught it. Everybody has always taught it. But I'll tell you what, gang, it still works. Because when you go home and you're going junk, junk, bill, ad, junk, junk, ooh, handwritten note, you're going to stop in your tracks and open it up. I don't care if you need to run to the ladies' room or the men's room because you just walked in the door after sitting in traffic for a couple of hours. I'm just kidding. But that's what we do. So don't ever, ever, ever underestimate the value of a handwritten note. You can also post on social media, I'm officially in real estate, or my greatest joy is helping those I know with their real estate transaction. Something, again, those are free. You can ask a friend or ask your friends to share your announcement posts to forward. Let's say you post on social media, you can ask them to forward it, put it out to on their page as well. You want to add real estate to your email signature. Now, I'm hoping like heck. If you've gone through Jumpstart, you know that that is one of the steps in there. So go check your email signature, or even from your personal email account. You can add a little blurb on there is, hey, don't forget, I'm still, or I'm here and available. Check out my monthly newsletter. Okay. Another one is you want to update your LinkedIn headline. So again, LinkedIn is a more business orientated platform. And it's, again, you want to keep that fresh and current as well. Now, you can also host a small housewarming style real estate launch event at your home, your driveway. Again, little to nothing. You can have, bagels and juice or muffins and juice, kick off to spring, or, I mean, your possibilities are endless. I knew an agent, and every year, twice a year, she would do at the beginning of spring, at the end of summer, she would do a hot dogs and a drink in her driveway. And she would invite all the neighbors around. And she just throw the hot dogs in a crock pot so they're boiled, have the buns, have the chips, have the small cans of drink or water. Not elaborate, but just short and sweet. She used to do it with cookies as well. So again, your possibilities are endless. Another thing that you can do to help promote yourself is ask for referrals directly. Most people do not know really how to refer you. In many of my training components, I've given you that nice little script. Again, Joe Stump works like a charm. When you finish a coffee or finish a meeting with them, you can even put it in a note card and send it out. And it gives the key words that are embedded commands, and it also encourages them to introduce you to their friends and family who may need some help with something real estate related. So you're asking for an introduction. Kind of take the word referral out of your vocabulary, kind of like how I've taught you to take the word commission out of your vocabulary. So there you go. All right. You can create a simple contact spreadsheet to track your touches. Now, we've talked about this for 100 years. Well, not quite 99, maybe. I'm just kidding. But this is where that 54321 and that 54321 tracking worksheet is available not only in Cardinal Nest under resources, just type in daily tasks or 54321 in the search box, or you can go directly to my website under bonus handouts and you can download it from there as well. That is also going to help you track. All right. The next category comes down to becoming hyper local. Join local Facebook groups and you add value, not just spam, not just promoting, I'm your real estate go-to. Give them an item of value. What does that mean? Give them a home maintenance tip. You've got thousands of them. All you do is give them one at a time. They will quickly catch on that you've got more. Attend town events and introduce yourself. Wear your name badge. Remember, I taught you in Jumpstart Session 1, put the name badge on upside down. Put in the chat box for me. How many of you say yes or no, who's got a name badge? Who actually owns a name badge? Or I'll even take a shirt or sweatshirt that says Samson on it. But a name badge, when you wear it upside down, is a great conversation starter because somebody's going to stop and say, oh, excuse me, do you know you have your name badge upside down? Oh, well, I just had a crazy day, was out previewing homeless for a client. And that way, if I forgot who I was, I could look down and see it. But thank you. And you turn it back around. And then when you go off into another area, turn it back upside down again. All right, that is a great one. If you do not have a name badge, again, go back to Jumpstart Session 1 and add that in. They're $10 maybe, and they last forever. And yes, you can get them in any color combination, any bling, no bling. And what I used to have on mine was obviously my name, Realtor, and then I had your advocate, your consultant, your PPS. That was on my name badge. That was on my signature line. That was on everything. Again, it was a great conversation starter. Oh, so what's the PPS? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm a professional problem solver when it comes to real estate transactions because that's what I do. That's what we do in this industry because every transaction is going to have a hiccup. And my job is to A, try to defer or to jump ahead of the hiccups. But when it pops up, no sweat. I'm the professional problem solver. Gang, this is so simplistic. It is so simple, which is why, again, this was introduced to you in Jumpstart Session 1. It is absolutely one of the fundamental pieces of your foundation that costs little to nothing, but yet reaps big rewards. Now, you won't get one every day, but one or two a year that comes from you wearing a name badge, going out and doing your normal errands. It's going to be a conversation starter, especially if you have the PPS on there. What's an average commission in your footprint? 10,000, 8,000, 7, 5, 11, 12, 15, 20,000. I don't know about you, but I'd buy lots of name badges. So that is one of the simplest ways to go about your world and still do your marketing. You become that walking billboard. Volunteer for community events is another way in which to promote yourself or be known, be seen in the public and in the community especially. Support local school fundraisers. If you've got a local school nearby you, whether it's elementary, high school, middle school, stop and think, what can I do to help support them? Can I volunteer at the football game? Can I, obviously they need to run you through background checks, but that's okay. But what are you able to do? Can you offer to sponsor pencils for a class or packs of crayons for a class? Just, again, lots and lots of options, but think about your local community. You can also feature local businesses on your social media. That is beyond brilliant. because again, you've got to go in, you've got to introduce yourself, you got to tell them who you are and what you do, and that you would like to be able to feature them as well. Um, because if someone's buying in the community, you want them to know who the great vendors are around town. Easy, simple, free. You can interview local business owners and say, I'd love to interview 30 seconds to a minute and hear about what is your favorite item on your menu? What is your favorite product in the store? What's the most commonly asked for product? What's the most commonly ordered item on the menu? Again, a simple question, a simple answer, and you leverage that. Another thing that you can do is you can write a neighborhood spotlight post for either the local HOAs or the local newspaper, because some communities have their own little newspaper or newsletter. Look into that. What's in your footprint? What can you possibly tap into? You can also share local market updates. Again, something as simple as if you live in Cardinal Terrace, did you know you've got 6 new neighbors that have just moved in? Because you can go onto your Bright MLS, look into the neighborhood, see how many have sold in the last 30 days, and put a post out. Tag the community. Those are all, again, free of charge. Comment consistently on community posts in a positive, affirmative manner. Do not jump on a dumpster fire. Do not go political, religious. That'll often create a fire. You don't want to do that. Again, supporting your local business. There's another one that's called your neighborhood or something. There's a lot of community activities as well. When and if appropriate, make sure that if you are with an HOA, get involved. Even just a teeny bit. Wear your Samson shirt, your name badge. If somebody says something, yeah, I was out previewing properties today for a client. I love keeping track of what's on the market. It gently starts a conversation without saying, oh, I sell real estate. You need to buy or sell. Because we know that doesn't work. Okay. All right. Moving on along. Here are some leveraging social media strategies that are not fancy, but can work. It recommends that you post 3 times a week consistently, whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, doesn't matter. There you go. All right. Share behind the scenes of learning, contracts, inspections, and any other component of our real estate business. You can do it. Guess what I learned this week? Guess what I learned this week post? I learned that. Pick a topic, pick a subject. You're in real estate. You got 50 of them. So did you know, or here, guess what I learned? There you go. Share behind the scenes. Record short, did you know real estate tips? Give you an example. Hold your little phone up, record. Did you know that homeowners can get I'm going to call it a walk and talk home inspection anytime? Because doesn't it make sense to have that inspection done every, I don't know, maybe 5 years? Because if something is starting to give out, doesn't it make more sense to catch it while it's early than wait until it's too late? Give it some thought. Need some more info? I'm your go-to source. Record short, did you know real estate tips? Again, your library of those possibilities are endless. Doesn't cost you anything. Use Instagram stories daily. Again, if you are on Instagram and on social media that way, you got that as well. Go live during a broker's open, or if you're going to preview a home, especially if it's your listing, especially if it's your listing, go live. It just says it. And if I always say, well, I don't like my voice, I don't like my face on camera, get over it. People don't care. Turn the camera towards the house and say, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. I've never seen this in a house before. I love it. Okay, this is going to go on my, if I ever custom build, this would go on my list. Short, sweet, and simple. Gang, you should be out previewing homes anyway. I know it's often not done, and shame on us for not doing it, but you need to know what the market has to offer. It's going to give you talking points. And if you are new, holy cow, it's also going to let you be familiar with the market. It's going to let you see what's popping up, and it's going to let you see unique and clever ideas. I mean, you don't even have to give the house address if you want to, do a quick little video that says, oh my God, I was previewing this house. This is the coolest thing ever. I love it. Case in point, I had one 100 years ago. It was an older house, but one of the coolest things they did when they built the house, where the linen closet was, she had built in right below it a pull out like a breadboard. So when she's doing the laundry and she's folding it, she can pull the breadboard out, if you will, by the linen closet, lay the stuff down and put it up in the closet. Gang, that was the coolest thing ever. So find unique things in a house and show it off. You don't have to give the address necessarily, but just a cool idea. There you go. All right. Client testimonials. Yes, if you do not have client testimonials, it is not too late to go back and get them. There's a lot of digital platforms that can be used as well. There is nothing like an old school follow up after the transaction, email, thanking them for entrusting you with the biggest purchase of their life. And you would love to hear some feedback from them. Now, agents have done it where you just say, if you provide me 3 or 4 sentences, that'd be awesome. Some have actually had a form where they rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, and then ask for a comment back. Either way, if you are not getting testimonials, you need to be getting them. And again, if you're brand new and don't have any yet, go to another agent that you're working with, maybe your mentor, and ask for 2 or 3 sentences. I've done it for agents when I know that they have been consistently following the training, the learning trails, and they're staying on point, on task, attending everything online, and really focusing on building their knowledge of the business. I can do them a 2 or 3 testimonial because I'm witnessing their commitment to learning this business inside and out. There you go. All right. Make sure those testimonials are on your website, because when you get ready to do your buyer and seller consultation packets, you will have on the testimonial page, you will list 1 or 2. You will do the QR code. This says if you want to hear more, scan the QR code, and it takes them directly to your testimonial page on your website. There you go. If you have a new listing and then let's say you need to do before and after photos for staging tips. Some of you have a keen eye for staging. It's okay to post a before and an after on your page as well, because you can create, or we probably can have created, 10 tips for staging your home. Have 1 or 2 before and afters, and then the free report available. Again, all of that is free of charge. Share open house invites. If you're doing an open house, you betcha. Take advantage of the free postcards that Samson will mail out to 200 renters in the area. Yeah, you got to think ahead. You can't fly by the seat of your pants at the very last minute, but leverage that open house to the 9. I've taught the class good, better, best of open houses and then knock it out of the park. There you go. All right. Repost any of your office's listings. You go to the agent and say, hey, Denise, I saw you got a new listing. First off, congratulations. Second off, can I help promote it? If you're brand new or have nothing, there you go. Now make sure you have the little disclaimer that it's, a broker, our brokerage, that it's not don't imply that it's your listing. All right. But you can still repost those as your featured property of the week. That is a great post. Give basic information, not every little detail. You want to dangle the carrot and then draw them in. There you go. Next thing down is engage with 10 people per day. Now, we've got the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're asking you to engage with 5. Oh, wait, that's 5 conversations, 4 text messages, 3 emails. That adds up to 10, I think, or more. So it's the same concept. We're just breaking it down into different little categories for you. But again, if you are not being out there and marketing yourself, you become a secret agent, you fall off their radar, they forget about you, and you're like, well, Lynn, I don't know why they went with another agent because they just sold an $800,000 house and bought a 1.2 million and they didn't use me. Yeah, because they forgot about you, because you forgot about them. Okay, so engage with people. This is a face-to-face, voice-to-voice business. I don't care you're having a bad hair day. I don't care you broke a fingernail. I don't care you stubbed your toe. Bloom where you're planted. If you're out running errands, name badge on, shirt on, hat on. Again, upside down is always good. PPS is always good. It's going to create a conversation starter. There you go. Also, if you're going out to eat, this is probably on here somewhere, but if you're going out to eat, take a newsletter, leave it with the tip. Say, thank you for great service. I appreciate. I strive to give great service as well. So I'm aware of it. Thank you. I enjoyed my time here. It's going to make their day because guess what? They know someone that has a house. And that day may come where the home no longer meets their needs and they're going to remember you, hopefully. All right, there you go. All right, now moving on. Let's talk about open house, which can be a free lead generating component. Host an open house for other agents as long as it's within your brokerage. No, you cannot go to another brokerage and host their open houses. Don't do that. But make sure that you have also listened to and studied the good, better, best tips and techniques on an open house. It's in our Samson University. It's on my Samson College page, which is my website. You can get them. It's there. Good, better, best. And then let the agent know when you call them and say, I'd love to do your open house. By the way, I've taken Lynn's class on good, better, best. I'll be doing this, this, and this. Because I will tell you, there are several agents. I'm now finding out if somebody contacts them to do an open house, they will ask them, have you taken Lynn's class? And if that agent says no, it's like, okay, once you've taken it and understand good, better, best, then come back. I'll let you do another one, but not until. Surprised me on that one. All right. If you're going to do an open house, here is where that good, better, best comes in. Door knock a couple of neighbors. Invite them over to the open house and out of courtesy, let them know that there may be additional cars in the street or parking out front because you're holding the open house. Nobody ever thinks of doing that. Well, I did, but you just stop in for courtesy. Hey, just want to invite you over. We're going to be doing an open house on Saturday. And just want to also let you know that there'll probably be some extra cars up and down the street or parking out front. Just wanted to extend the courtesy to let you know and invite you to pop on over. I'll have a special little gift for the neighbors. Invite the neighbors personally. That ties into what we just talked about. Follow up the same day with attendees. Those that actually came, remember, you're going to not have them sign in because Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse always sign in. You can't read the writing. Do the evaluation. We talk about that in the good, better, best. And the open house evaluation form is, in fact, on my website under bonus handout. And it's also in Cardinal Nest resources. And it's also connected as a bonus handout on the learning trails. So when you, I think it's number 20 on our learning trail. So when you're listening to the house, that is there as well. Follow up with the attendees the same day. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Did you have any questions or thoughts about the house after you left? That's what you're wanting. Or did you have any additional feedback on the house that you thought of after you left that I can relay to the homeowner? Simple as that. It also suggests to do a recap video. Again, 30 seconds. And you don't even have to have your face on camera if you don't want to. You can do it on the house. Its features. Frankly, I wouldn't give the address. I would maybe say the community or the street. But I'd say, somebody to the effect of, here are the features that this house has. If this intrigues you and want to find out more, just give me a message. There you go. This alone can help you build out your footprint and your awareness. We're not even halfway through. Well, yeah, we are halfway through. Let's keep going. Smart, low-cost print ideas. Never, ever, 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 ever leave the back of your business card or the back of a postcard or the back of a flyer blank. That is prime marketing space, and you absolutely want to take full advantage of it. If you are going to do let's say a flyer that says, open this Saturday, the time and information about the open house, and put it in the flyer box, if it's available to be done, prior to the open house. Never, never, never leave the back side blank. That, again, it drives me crazy. But again, I get it. I learned that 100 years ago. And most of you haven't had a chance to learn that yet. But never leave the backside blank. Business cards as well. Business cards I've often said that it's better to give out a newsletter than a business card. And if you're sitting there going, oh, I need business cards, I don't have business cards, I don't know how to really do a good business card. We have recorded on our Listen and Learn page how to create and develop a better business card. Business cards fall into one of two categories. Well, three. One, it's just your contact information. Big deal. It's going to get thrown away. Two, it's gum worthy, which means there's no reason it needs to be kept. And I keep them in my car so I can spit my gum out in it if I need to. I was driving the other day, was chewing gum, took a drink. And of course, when you drink and you got gum in your mouth, it gets real hard real fast. I needed to get rid of my gum. I didn't have any business cards to stick my gum in. So I had to stick it on my cup. Don't ask. I made sure I threw it away later. Just a little side fun there. All right. So business cards, or better yet, a newsletter. You should have them with you everywhere you go, because there's a lot of local places that have bulletin boards. You should be promoting your free home buyer workshop or free sellers information, or possibilities are endless. You should be promoting those on any bulletin board around your community as well. The home value guide, the one page, print something on the back, but it's a one page back to back. Those can be created. We've got a whole library. We already have a library of a dozen or more free reports. A free report can be created on any topic, any area, for anything. And if what we've got doesn't hit your niche, let me know, because I got ideas and I've got a team behind me that'll crank those out in a New York second for you. So free reports, always, always, always good. You can, if you're in an area, especially that you're comfortable with, and especially if you live there as well, um, you can door knock with free market updates. Now, I would just, that's me. I would put, I would do a newsletter, the one page, the grab and go. I would take one of the articles out and I would embed in there what's going on in the neighborhood. Again, make sure your disclaimer is on there that those are not your listings. They are, the information was pulled from the MLS and represent various brokerages throughout the community, but it shows how many have sold or how, what's active, what's pending, what's, again, even just the numbers can be beneficial. The other thing, again, low cost, because you got a roll of stamps sitting on your desk, is to send out the handwritten birthday cards, home anniversary cards. If you know when their anniversaries are, if you've done a concierge form, we even have those for you. To your clientele, you know when birthdays are, you know when anniversaries are, you know when their home anniversary is, you know when the kids' birthdays are, you know when the dog's birthday is, or what kind of dog they have. I mean, get that information. That is going to help elevate you to a whole new level. When you start acknowledging, I'll tell you, I've saved a few marriages when I got a hold of the husband and said, hey, don't forget you got an anniversary coming up next week. And they're like, oh my God, I totally forgot. Thank you so much. Or their birthday's coming up. Mm-hmm. I had a few that went, oh, yeah, they'd have been in hot water. So again, a handwritten note. And you can get note cards at the dollar store. You don't have to pay a lot. You can get them and it's relatively inexpensive. Okay, next block down, moving right along, is relationship-based marketing. Join a network group, whether it be the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, there's tons. Any interest that you have, I will lay you odds. There is a group somewhere in your close by footprint that has the same interest, whether it's sewing, whether it's quilting, whether it's racquetball, whether it's pickleball, whether it's golf, whether it's motorcycle riding, whether it's rowing, whatever, miniature golf, anything that you could possibly enjoy doing. There is a group that's out there and available that you could possibly get in and get to know other people with a similar interest, often overlooked. Now, I will tell you, when you're going into these groups, and even there's a lot of service clubs like your Rotary, your Kiwanis and stuff, they're great. They can get expensive. So if your budget is not in line with that, that may not be a good match. However, if you are going to go into any of those groups or organizations, make sure that you've got your head on straight, that you're going into it for the right reason. You're wanting to give back and to give to that particular need or cause, that you're not going in just to look for a next transaction, because people can see right through it real fast. So that's my little side note. Whenever you can, here's what I want you to stop and think about. Can you speak to a small group about home ownership? Or if it's seniors, can you speak at a event at the clubhouse? Can you speak at a church men or women's Bible study class about what's happening in the community? Stop and think. Where can you speak to a small group about buying or selling, or just what the market's doing? You can speak. You don't get charged by word. So you've got knowledge. Think about, is there a group that I'm already connected with, or how to connect, that I could offer my wisdom and my knowledge? Okay. Here's another one. Some of the colleges still offer real estate classes. When I was in San Diego, I made sure, well, I didn't make sure, I made sure that I got invited, but Kevin used to invite me often to come and speak at various classes that he was teaching.
Ya,
Pause
ya,
here
ya,
for a
ya.
second. Valerie, I need you to shut your turn your mute on or I'm going to disconnect you. Okay. I used to go speak at Kevin's classes when he was teaching at the college, the real estate pre-licensing. And when I did, I could come in with, okay, what are the key questions you need to ask a brokerage as you get ready to consider where you're going to go? From there, I got to lay out what it cost to get started in real estate, and it surprised the hell out of a lot of them. They didn't realize what the expense was to get started. So there you go. All right. So think about, are there groups that you can come speak to? And then what fun information you can provide with them or for them. You can also teach a first-time homebuyer class. Gang, I've been teaching you how to do homebuyer workshops from day one. That training is still there. You can do 5-minute videos and post it on your website. Because if you look at my website under common mistakes, those are all videos. Oh, wait, listen and learn. Those are all videos. The learning trails, those are videos. So if I know how to download a video and put it onto my website, I sure in the heck can show you how to do it. All right. So think about that. Then it's about promoting it out so they know that it's there. Let's keep going because we're not even done yet. All right. Partner with a lender for co-marketing. If if you're going to do anything online, work with some of our lenders. Now, we at Samson have a partnership with a lender. They are pretty smart, and there's all kinds of handouts already created. Tap in and lean into one of your preferred lenders, or even your home inspector, or even a home warranty company. Lean into them, get 2 or 3 tidbits of horror stories or common mistakes and go for it. In fact, horror stories of the real estate world, gang, you know that I've done that class for the last couple of years during the month of October. And yes, I'll be doing it again this year. But go to your vendors, go to the people that you know and say, hey, what's a real estate horror story? You're a home inspector. I know you've seen them. You're a plumber. I know you've seen them. You're an electrician. I know you've seen them. Get those. Then be ready in October to use that as your on your social media marketing. What's that cost? Zippo. All right. Build the vendor relationship with plumbers, painters, etc. Gang, you were taught that concept in Jumpstart Session 3 when we talk about the 4 categories in your database and how to build out your preferred vendors. You go to those that you are the people in your database and say, hey, I'm working on a project and I need your help. I'd love to find out if you have had anyone do any work around the house, painting, plumbing, electrical, anything. First off, did you like them? Did they do a good job? Would you use them again? Would you recommend them? Absolutely. Great. Then you introduce yourself to that particular vendor. There you go. Have that list, have that resource. Then once that is developed out, here's you can ask them for referrals, but you don't just come at it that you're looking for business. You're looking for a reciprocal referral relationship. You want to be able to refer to them, but you want them to be able to be comfortable in referring to you. In Jumpstart Session 3, we even map out the strategy of how that can be executed. I would go to Bob the Builder and say, hey, I've got an article coming up in one of my newsletters. I'd love, or I'm going to send an email out in the middle of the month as my featured vendor. What can you give me for 2 common mistakes and 3 tips? They can rattle it off, or a horror story, or whatever, funny, make it fun. That is your free information that can go out the middle of the month as your featured vendor. It can be your blog post. Again, all of those things are free. Let's keep going. You want to stay in touch with past coworkers. Now, yes, if you've ever worked a job before, you do want to stay in touch. Well, hopefully, if you liked them, you want to stay in touch with them because, again, the day is going to come that their home no longer meets their needs and they may want to consider a move. Or if they get a new job and it's relocating them, you can help. Now, you can also stay in touch with other agents. And if, oh, I can't believe I'm going to share this, but if you find out that they're going out of business or if they take on a full-time job, you want to partner with them to do co-agency sometimes or, on a transaction because they may not be able to do it, reports, inspections, whatever during the day because they're committed to a work. You can co with them, split commission. If you know they're retiring, find out if you can take over their database with a referral of, I'm just going to make up a number, 20% of anything that drips out of their SOI for the first year or for the first 2 years, whatever you guys work out and agree upon. But as they're fading out and you're coming in, you want to do a couple of months of co-marketing so that the people in their database know that you're stepping in and taking over. So keep an eye out for the old farts as well. All right. Reconnect with those that you knew from college or school or anything else. Now, here was another one that was thrown out as a great idea. Again, it's free. You get a hold of the local high school or colleges, junior colleges as well. They often have a career day. When I worked for the school district 100 years ago, that was one of the events that I did every year for our eighth graders was career day. And yes, you can go in and speak. Now, is the child going to be buying something? Probably not, but they have parents. There's teachers. That is a possibility as well. But again, you can also, educate the kids on what are the skills that are needed. Obviously, people skills, obviously, numbers for finance, safety. I mean, again, you could easily put together a 30-minute class presentation for career days at a local high school, even middle school or junior college. Think about that one. Follow up with every inquiry as quickly as possible. I, again, am amazed at agents will let their phone back up to the point that their voicemail is full because they don't want to be bothered with phone calls. So they leave a message of, who they are. And if my inbox is full, please text me. They leave their inbox full intentionally. Not appropriate. All of them do it. So you want to make sure that you follow back up with an inquiry as quickly as possible. Now, if you're like, so I'm just following up. In the class I've taught on the best one-liners. There is a class in the roster. Let me look it up for you too. It is number 7, lesson number 7 in the learning trails of a better way to reach out to them and what to say when you do. There you go. I lost my place. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Okay, follow up fast. We talked about that. Follow up with inquiries. This last one. Send a monthly email newsletter. Gang, this goes back to the simplicity of marketing. They're not going to remember you. I'm sorry. They're going to forget about you. They're going to assume that you're just another one in the front door and out the back of the real estate business because they know others who have done it. They are going to forget that you are still in business. If I could get you all to do one thing and one thing only, it would be to do the monthly newsletter. Now, here at Samson, we've got two phenomenal options for you. We have that beautiful 4-page premium print, goes through our print center. You go in, you customize it in Canva, you send it to the print center, they print it on high quality paper. If you have 200, they can mail them out. It's like $1.50 per one that gets mailed. I get it because I heard it for a year. Not everybody had the 200. Not everybody had the funds to support that. I get it. So instead of doing nothing, I went to our marketing department and say, hey, I am teaching this to and using as reference a home warranty company's free newsletter, which I loved and I used for 100 years. But that's silly. Why can't we at Samson create one ourselves? It features a little bit about Samson, just a little blurb in the upper corner. It has a vendor spotlight. It's got 4 articles in there. Why can't we do this ourselves? And we did. We have been doing it now for over 2.5 years. A free grab and go newsletter. It's in resources on your Cardinal Nest. All you do is go into the Cardinal Nest in the upper box where the search box is, type in news or newsletter. Type in newsletter, all you type in is news, and they will populate up. Yes, the beautiful 4-page will show up as well, but the 2-page grab and go will also show up. We've done a how-to training video on how to then go and click and download it and where to click and what to change and what to update, then how to save it. And when you save it as a PDF so you can print them. Remember, give them out instead of a newsletter, instead of a business card. You can mail them if you want, again, at your expense. Or you can save it as a PD or a JPEG, which means it's a photo, and it goes embedded into an email to go out via email. Now, let me add the PS to that. I know that it is often shared that some people say it's better to mail them. Yes, it is, because they're going to look at them. And if you email them, there's a good possibility they can just go delete, delete, delete as they're deleting out emails while they're at a stoplight. That is a risk. However, we are better than that. So when you email out a newsletter, remember we have the 5, the 4, and the 3 points of contact every day that you're working. You would send a quick voicemail to Chris because you know Chris is working and Chris works at a government secured property or facility and his phone is in his car because they can't take him in. So you say, hey, Chris, it's Lynn, your favorite realtor. Just a reminder, I just emailed out my monthly newsletter. Couple cool articles in there this time. Wanted to make sure that I brought it to your attention because I know you're super busy. I hope that you enjoy it. Talk to you later. Bye. Click. Done. That is one of your 5 phone touches. You know who's working. You know who can't answer the phone. And if they do, it's 10 seconds or less. Hey, sorry to bother you, but I just sent out I just emailed out my newsletter. There's a great article in there. Thought of you. Want to make sure you caught it. Don't miss it. It's in your inbox. Get back to work. And then you hang up on them. Okay. You can text them. There you go. Hey, just sent you over your monthly newsletter. A couple of really cool articles in there. I really liked, thought of you. Hope you enjoy. When you say that to them, they're not going to go delete. They're going to click on it because they want to know which article popped up, because there's 4 of them, that made you think of them. Each of these things, gang, are never a one and done standalone. You know, the word that I love to use the best is leverage. You take the one thing the newsletter and leverage it to get maximum impact and maximum results from it. There you go. Now, once you have built your business up with consistency, that newsletter goes out come hell or high water the first of every month. When you get to a point that you have the funds and the 200 on your list and you want to upgrade to the 4-page, please take advantage of that as well. I know agents that are doing that beautiful 4-page and are nailing it big time in their community. But again, it's consistent. It's consistent. They need to hear and see it every month. In the full class I've taught on leveraging that newsletter, I give you half a dozen ideas to run with that baby and how to make it pay back big time. Okay. All right. That is the 50. Anyone want to repeat all 50? I'm just kidding. Those are 50 bullet points on how to market yourself, leverage yourself with little to no money involved. Now, here's the final knock it out of the park. The 3-7-27 rule. And you're going, what is that? In fact, Don, I'm going to email Donnie later because when he promoted this on the weekend update, he said, 3-7-27 rule. I don't know what that is. Maybe I should attend Lynn's class. 3-7-27 rule is a marketing and branding principle stating that it takes multiple consistent interaction for a consumer to notice, remember, and trust a brand. It generally means 3 interactions for recognition. This is why we encourage you to have a color that you brand with and you stay consistent with it. 7 times for remembering the brand or the service. And 27 touches for building a deep trust or staying top of mind awareness. Gang, 3-7-27 works. This is why you always hear me say it is not a one and done. People need to hear from you 7 to 12 times before they realize that you are serious about your business, are there for the long run, and become aware of your brand, your service, and the bonus information that you bring. Most agents will stop after the second, third, or fourth attempt. Oh, well, I tried that once and I didn't get anything back from it. Yeah. Because when you sent the information out, what did you expect? Did you expect someone to say, oh, this is a really cute picture. This is a really good postcard. Let's go ahead and sell our house so they can have a transaction. Dang, it doesn't work like that. This is not impulse buy. This is not, ooh, look, that candy bar at the checkout line. I'm going to grab that because I'm hungry. So it's the consistency. And they need to hear from you multiple times, but most agents stop after the second, third, fourth, or sometimes even fifth time. And you just shot yourself in the foot because you didn't play the numbers. You didn't play the game correctly. So with that, there is your 3-7-27 rule. This handout is available next to the recording of this. So with that, I'm going to say, hope this has been helpful. I hope that it's given you a couple of aha moments. What I'm going to encourage you to do is go print out the handout, sit down with a highlighter, and mark the ones that you can say, you know what, I can do that. Once you identify the ones that you can do, go to your calendar and start blocking off time in order to make it happen. And then when you join me on Monday morning at 10:30 for Boost, and I ask you what's your one thing on the radar this week and when are you going to do it, you get into the habit of being consistent, of controlling your schedule controlling your tasks. Because remember, if you work for somebody else, they would tell you what time to show up, what time to take a break, what tasks needed to be done by lunch, what needed to be done before you left and went home. We still need that little bit of structure, shall we say. All right. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, give yourself an applause for sitting in with me. We're going to wrap down this recording and I will download it and have it posted in a little bit. Remember, if you go back and listen to it, subscribe to the channel, give it a like, give it a positive comment. And when you like the channel, every time I post a new training video, it will bing you that it's something's new is available and you won't be left out of the loop and know what's going on. All right, my friends, with that,